find people are more nervous around you now that you're the Arsenal manager?
No, well, in the last 2.5 months, I haven't met anybody from the streets, unfortunately.
Oh, well, that's true.
But no, in general, I am quite relaxed, so hopefully I can make people comfortable while they are talking to me.
Now, I've been asking people how they've been dealing with the pandemic, and obviously it's well known that you actually tested positive for COVID-19. What happened after that moment?
No, obviously it was very early stages. We had very little information about it, but yeah, I just had some difficulties breathing and some cough, so I let the doctor know, and we found out that possibly I had a positive coronavirus test. And then when we find out, we just communicated to the Premier League, communicated to the whole squad, and yeah, I didn't need much treatment, but just for a week or so I feel a little bit rough, but my immune system was strong, I think.
Yes, well, that's really good to hear. During the pandemic, I guess you were at home like everybody else. Were you doing any homeschooling? How did you fill your time when you weren't doing football-related matters?
I've been doing homeschooling with my players, and my wife is doing homeschooling with my kids. I don't know which one is harder, but I certainly enjoy that because it has given me the opportunity to get to know them much better, personally and professionally as well. And we have been able to create some strong links, you know, and through these difficult moments, we have generated a really good bond between us, not just with myself, but with the whole staff and board members and everybody around the club. So I think we're in a strong position now to restart.
And you've been chatting on these Zoom calls, I take it, and you have the whole squad assembled in some kind of grid. How does that differ from actually being in the room with everybody?
Well, we have experienced today the difficulties of technology, having six people here. So imagine when it's 26 or 28. Some of them, they don't understand the language. Some of them, they don't know how to connect. So it's been a challenge, but I think everybody's been trying hard to get used to those, and they've been really useful.
Your record since taking over as manager has been pretty remarkable. You've only lost 2 of your 16 games in charge. So at the moment when football stopped, it wasn't the best moment for Arsenal for the football to stop, because I think we were in the habit of winning games and putting in great performances thanks to what you've brought to the club. So how do you maintain that in the months when you're not playing football? And not only are you not playing, but you didn't even know when the season was going to restart.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we were in a strong run. I was really happy because we were able to connect as well with our fans, with our supporters. We generated a strong bond as well at the Emirates, something that I think has been lacking in the last few months, and they felt certain belief, you know, and we were able to transmit that we wanted to change the situation quickly, and we got everybody on board to buy into that. And after, regarding the play, we had to play the cards with all the information that we were getting from the Premier League, from the government, keep motivating every week. Maybe next week we can do this. Maybe the following week we can do that. And yeah, they've been really good.
And we know roughly when this season is due to finish, but we don't know yet, do we, when the next season will begin? How long, whether you'll have a pre-season, whether it will be much shorter than usual?
I think now we have to start to crawl, then to walk, then to run, then to sprint. And at the moment we are crawling. Step 2, see how this goes. The following week, see if we can maintain all the negative steps like we are doing at the moment. That has been really good so far. Then we have a date to start the Premier League, and let's finish this season. And after that, I think we can talk about the future, because with all the uncertainty and this unprecedented moment, it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen in 3 months.
Well, I can tell you there's a real spring in everyone's step since it was announced that football's coming back. Our first match is back at a place you know very well.
It's going to be a special and a strange day, but I'm looking forward to it.
You see, if the stadium had been packed, I feel sure that both sets of supporters would be giving you the warmest welcome. But you're going to have to imagine that they're there. I mean, what's it like? What's it going to be like playing without the fans there? Does it
don't
feel eerie?
know the energy that is going to be generated around the stadium. Certainly, they're going to be able to listen to me better than when we have crowds. But yeah, it's going to be important to be able to motivate the players as well and make sure that they have the right level of energy to play the games like they are used to. But yeah, we have to adapt to that.
And everybody's going to have to watch their language, because I suspect watching at home, we're going to be able to hear what everybody's saying.
And the referees too.
And the referees too, actually, that's a very good point. Now we know if the referee is swearing at somebody as well.
Yeah, it will be tricky. There are some things that are going to be different, and we just have to think about them and prepare.
Now, we're asking everybody today to join in with the theme of this evening's show, which is, do you remember your first time? And it might be your first time watching an Arsenal match, your first time playing Arsenal. It might even be your first time managing Arsenal. What are your first time memories?
I have to say, it's the first time when Arsene called me and he said that he wanted me at the club. You know, I was always a big admirer of the club since I was young, because Arsenal back in Spain was probably, with Manchester United, the biggest club. But I always admired the style of play and the way that they play and what they were transmitting. And when Arsene gave me the opportunity to be here, for me, is the highlights, one of the highlights of my career. And since then, yeah, I became in love with the club, and I have very strong feelings. And now I am so honored to be able to lead as a head coach now this football club.
Well, we are all thrilled as fans that you're at the helm. Thank you for everything you've done as a player and everything you're doing as a coach. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. And good luck for the rest of the season.